Hello, everyone. This is Pops, and I'm here tonight to talk about a lot of different talk show hosts. I watch a lot of them, and what I see is some bullshit. And some guys are telling, kind of bringing the receipts and telling you what's going on. And then some guys are making up, I don't know if they're stories or they're hopeful stories or what's going on. But a lot of these people that are making these talk shows are getting real big because they're giving people false hope. Now, don't get me wrong, hope is good, but hope is basically you're just waiting for somebody else to do something that you can't do. So, anybody in the audience there, can you hear me? Okay. Just trying to check my mic because I feel like I'm getting some feedback. And somebody's out there. So let's get this party going. All right. First guy I'm going to talk about, guy calls himself Dr. Charlie Ward. That's the first guy I'm going to talk about. Now, I don't think this guy's a doctor. No, people call themselves doctors like, they go to college for a certain amount of years and they go some bullshit and then they become doctors. Listen, you're either a doctor that actually cures and operates on people or you're not a doctor. I don't like the title doctor for somebody that's got a doctoral in science or some shit on history. You're not a doctor, okay? So this guy calls himself Dr. Charlie Ward. Now, the guy's pretty, he looks like a nice guy. He's chubby. He looks like a bear. I'll show you a picture of him. So this guy, he looks like a teddy bear, By the way, can you people hear me in the audience? And what he does is he talks about white constantly, okay? So he's claiming like he's basically getting all the information. They give it to him, and he can only release certain pieces of it. He claims that there's these med beds coming, and they're going to cure all the people that got the injection. That are, they're going to have to. There's going to be a big line, but they're going to get it, and they're going to cure them. He claims chemtrails right now that are up in the air aren't chemtrails. He claims that now the White House are cleaning it up. They're cleaning all the metals out of the air, which is bullshit. How are you going to take metal out of the air? And people are buying into this. Now he's doing this white hat thing where the metal, basically he's telling you the military's in control. Trump is still the president. And these guys that are actually like Biden and Obama and Clinton, they've all been taken and they've all been taken out. This is what he's claiming. They've all been taken to like Guantanamo Bay and they've been taken out. And the people playing them now are double gangers or they're actors with masks on. This is what this guy's claiming. Okay? Now, if everything this guy's claiming is true, this guy's Superman. But here's another thing he's claiming. There's a quantum financial system coming, okay? And basically, we're supposed to trust that. Like, that's, it's going to save us and all this. But it's going to be probably digital. So what the fuck? What good is it? If you got a quantum financial system coming, and it's going to be digital, that's the mark of the beast. I don't want to hear it. Don't give me no other BS. All right, Mr. Teddy Bear. And he calls himself Dr. Charlie Ward. Okay? The guy doesn't seem like a bad guy, but I think maybe he's an MI5 chill. I think he's controlled opposition. I can't be positive, but he's telling everybody that the White Hats are in control. Don't worry. Sit back. Enjoy the show. Telling you, if you don't believe me, then you don't see it. Listen, I get it, Charlie. I get it. I get there's white hats out there. I get that part. But the parts that I don't get is when you're sitting here telling me they got like the chemtrails are up in the sky and they're cleaning up the metals and they got med beds that are going to cure the people that got, vaxxed and all this bullshit. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think you're full of it. and a lot of people watch your show because you give them hope. And then he has a couple of guests. You know, he has decent guests sometimes, nothing spectacular, but he has this one kid called Johnny Q or something. So what this guy is a QAnon expert. And he breaks down all the numbers and he shows you Trump 7-7 and all these their birth dates, all these crazy shit. And some of it makes sense. But then some of it, it's like he's just taking numbers from different things and then putting it into his own shit. Like, it's just too much. All right. Like one time he was going, yeah, the Q said, look in the ocean. And it was like a year ago. And that's when the ship in the canal got stuck. And he's telling you, yeah, that's what the message was from Q and all that shit. Look, I don't believe in anything of Q and all this shit right now, okay? Too many people are suffering. If you're telling me there are white hats, there's got to be some good guys fighting from the background, okay? But they're not in control like they make it sound. I don't believe it, okay? Nobody's going to jail. This guy is saying, Charlie Ward, this guy is saying that they've been killed already. Like 50, 100 different people have been whacked. They took them out already. They don't even live anymore. These are their doubles, their body doubles. Like Biden's a body double. His ears, look at his ears. They're different now. Who the hell knows what they're doing with the CGI and shit? Who knows? But anyway, so Dr. Charlie Ward, I'm going to give everybody an A through a C rating. You get C for clown. If down the road I'm wrong and you're right, then God bless you, because I will apologize. But right now, to me, you're a chill. I think you're MI5. And he's from England, by the way. And prove me wrong, because everything you say, you got no receipts. It's all hearsay that you know. And let's move on to the next guy. So we got 9 people we're going to go over. Next guy, they call him the Patriot Street Fighter. All right, there he is. Patriot Street Fighter. This guy, all these people I'm telling you, they got millions of subs. So this guy, how he got big is he made one show about the cabal. Okay? How the Khazarians are running the world. And he watched that movie, Fall of the Cabal. That's where I think he got a lot of his ideas. So he took it, and he ran with it. And people, this is way when the COVID just hit, man, and everybody was bugging out. Like, people were nervous, they were scared, and they bought into a lot of his stuff. Now, I'm not saying it's true, it's not true, who's running the country, but here's where I get with him. He's a real nice guy. He hates pedophilia. You can see, like, he has a shirt on here. I'll show you. Right. He has this big bus and he drives around all over the country and he does, I guess rallies and stuff, give people hope. Nothing wrong with it. Seems like a good guy. Doesn't seem like a chill. Each one of these guys, I look for like pictures on them online with Masonic symbols and stuff, and I didn't see anything with this guy. I think he's a real guy. But the only thing I don't like, he'll tell you that he has people that send him emails. Okay? He don't know who they are. They're sending him emails about what's going to happen next and what information he can reveal and what information he can't reveal and all this craziness. And he's into the white hat, black hat thing too, where, the white hats are in control, the military's in charge, and all this shit. Well, I don't buy it. He's not a bad guy. So I can't give him C for clown. I will give him a B. So he gets a B, and we'll move on to the next one. So the next guy, and his name is Michael Jacob. He's an ex-Navy SEAL Team 6. Now, the spooky thing with him is he worked for the CIA, okay? And he'll tell you he did. Now, that don't mean every single person that's ever worked for the CIA was a bad guy. So we can't think, we can't assume that he's bad just because he worked for the CIA. And he is a real, like, laid back dude. Like, he's just laid back. You think he smokes weed or something, but he's into all this vibration shit and all this. But on his show, he comes out with some good stuff sometimes, and he has good guests. Now, I'm going to show you a video of him later on that he's telling you, I mean, he's this guy, you know, I believe he has some contacts because he was a Navy SEAL, right? Let's see if we got any comments out there. Hey, what's going on, guys? So can you guys hear me out there? Am I fine? Just let me know yes or no in the chat. So this guy, Michael Jaco, basically was an ex-Navy SEAL. So I believe he's got a few contacts here and there. But here's what he said, and I got the video, and I'm going to show it to you at the end of the show. He said on a video that General Flynn and Roger Stone are now puppets of the FBI, and Alex Jones, and I'm going to play the video for you. Alex Jones is now being controlled and handled by Mossad. Okay? I don't know if you know who Mossad is. It's the CIA of Israel. Little far-fetched, but he has no reason to lie. This guy I don't even think he ever talked to Alex Jones, and Alex Jones doesn't probably even know he exists. He's a pretty big talk show host. He's not huge, but like there's no reason for him to say this if it ain't true. And he calls them clowns and all the BS that they do. So Michael Jaco, his show's pretty good. Once in a while, I get a little sleepy watching it because he's kind of so laid back that you fall asleep. When he has a decent guest on, which he does once in a blue moon, he'll have a really pretty good guest on. The show's pretty good. I think he's straight. I don't think he's CIA, even though he worked for them. I think he got out. He was a Navy SEAL, so he's got to be a patriot to me. I mean, that's proof in the pudding. He has that in his background. He was in, Navy SEAL Team 6. So, but you never know. But when he said Alex Jones, and I'm going to play the video, is part of Mossad, I was like, holy shit. So that's a big reveal, Anyway, I'm going to give him I'll give him a B+, because the show ain't bad, and I see no reason to think he's a chill. So now we're going to go to the next host. We got the Mel K Show. All right, she's an ex-New Yorker, up my alley. I really like her show, most of it, and I'll explain to you. She brings the receipts for everything. There's no bullshit coming out of her mouth. Everything she has the receipts for. And then she'll tell you, you don't believe me? Here's the link. Go look it up for yourself. She has decent guests. She don't have nobody huge or anything, but she gets people on, like doctors and things, and they talk about, the poison shot and everything. So she's on point. She brings the receipts. To me, her biggest flaw is that every show that she does, she always finds a way to bring up the same stuff. And for example, she'll say, this country is being controlled by billionaire oligarchs and the Club of Rome and all these the Rockefeller Foundation. And she has a chart of all these organizations, how they all work and who's the major puppet masters and everything. But she brings it up every single show. Like she'll be talking, the guy will be on, a doctor talking about the poison injections, and she, for some reason, brings it up. She gets it in there, and she's constantly ranting on the same thing a lot. It's like a broken record sometimes. I really like her. I like her show because I think she's truthful, and she brings the receipts. So when you bring the receipts, you got to get some credit for that. But I think she got to change her game up a little bit. She got to stop just repeating herself. Every show, she brings up the same stuff. The billionaire oligarchs. And after a while, we know already. Mel, we know. So I'll give Mel K. I'm going to give her a B+ because she brings the receipts. And she does a lot of speaking at like Reawaken America tour. So I think she's good people. All right. Here we go. Joe Rogan. Let me just break this down a little bit with Joe Rogan. He's the bootlicker. There's no in between. He woke up a little bit. He started to say stuff that was important. He was talking about the vax. He was talking about different things. He started doing it. And then all of a sudden, he stopped again. He like pulled himself back because I think he's got a controller. Now, he is a Mason. I will show you pictures. I'll show you a picture or two of him doing the Masonic handshake. Listen, that doesn't mean Masons, every one of them are bad. There's good Masons and bad Masons. And I think that's what they mean when they do white hat, black hat. They're all good Masons. They're not all evil. Okay? I think there's two Masonic orders. There's an evil one and a good one. So anyway, he is a Mason. I'll show you the pictures. And to me, if Joe Rogan didn't have these great guests that he gets on his show, because he has such a big following from when he was younger, when his show first started, he kicked ass, man. Joe Rogan was awesome. But he got a little pulled back. He's a little political now. He watches his ass because he's got a lot of money. There's a lot of money involved. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. So he's got to pick his spots. So he's kind of a bootlicker, you know? I used to really like Joe Rogan back in the day when he used to just say whatever the fuck he wanted. But it seems like he pulls back once in a while. But being that he has great guests on the show, that's what makes it all. Now, here's a picture of Rogan doing a Masonic handshake with Trump. And if you didn't know Trump was a Mason, then you're blind. Okay, Trump shows you all day and night that he's a Mason. And they do the Masonic handshake. He's got his hand over it. It basically means I'm in control. Okay? That's basically what it means. It means you're the boss. Okay, so when Trump's doing it to him, he's telling him, I'm higher than you, you know, on the Masonic scale. Well, let's see what we got. All right. Let me put some stuff. Let me put some comments up. Intellectual imbecile. My son says so. Michael Jaco is a show. We don't know. I don't know. Why would he say, if he's a shill, why is he going after Alex Jones? Don't make no sense. And it's wild. I'll tell you one thing. I'll go online. I can't find one picture of Michael Jaco making a Masonic handshake or any kind of devil symbol. But I'll see Joe Rogan making Masonic handshakes. Okay? And I'll show you pictures of Alex Jones doing the Masonic handshake. You know, Jones and Rogan, they're buddies. I mean, they're real buddy. And if he didn't have, if Rogan right now didn't have these big celebrities on the show wouldn't be taken off the way it did. Now, back in the day, though, man, Rogan was the shit. But now he's slipping with his audience. He should really be like, he should be telling everybody what the hell's going on. So I'm going to give Rogan a B-. I'm not a Joe Rogan fan, and I don't like that he's a bootlicker. So now, this guy is the king of legitimacy. And I'm going to explain it. So he's a Fox News host, right? And everybody knows the word Fox. My son told me this. Is basically 666. You break down the letters, like F is the sixth letter, then the O, and then it's a whole thing. So anyway, like X is 24, which is a 6. So Fox is 666. But that has nothing to do with this guy. What this guy does may be the worst out of everybody out there. Worse than a CNN announcer. At least you know they're full of shit, CNN. This guy gives legitimacy to these people. Like today, I was driving in my car, coming from the store, and I hear him talking, and he goes, and President Joe Biden, they had the polls, and he is 6 points down from Trump, and the Democrats are scared because, you know, he's down 6 points. Trump is leading by 6 points. You're fucking full of shit. Trump is blowing Biden out by 36 points, okay? He's making it sound like it's kind of close. So when they put their puppet like Michelle Obama in running for president, okay, or this other idiot from California, Gavin Newsom, and if they win, then they can justify, well, Biden was only down 6 points and he's horrible. So you got to believe that Michelle Obama would beat Trump. No, 90% of the country, even people that voted for Biden and they're liberals, ain't voting for these Democrats. They know they're evil. They know the whole country's went to shit. They see the immigration coming in. They see the inflation. They see it. Even people that are liberals see it. They want no part of this shit. They're going to vote for Trump just to get rid of these idiots. This guy even calls Biden. Now, he's always doing the same rant, by the way. Oh, Biden, they found his son's laptop and nothing happened. This is what this guy can, and he don't say anything that's really fucking important anymore. He just repeats the same old news that we knew 2 years ago. And he keeps raving on it because he wants to sound like he's going after them. But he's full of shit. I think he makes like 30, 40 million a year. He's a puppet. And he's ranting. Oh, and Biden's kid. I don't understand why they ain't putting them in jail. And the Senate and the Congress are supposed to investigate, but they investigated Russiagate, but they don't investigate Biden. You're full of shit, Hannity. You don't see nothing worthwhile. Okay? You're chicken ass. See, Tucker, they couldn't control Tucker. That's why Tucker had to leave. Well, that's why they fired him, because Tucker got to the point where, fuck you. I'm going to say what I need to say to the people. This guy gives legitimacy to everyone. And I think he's a CIA show. I really do. I really strongly believe the CIA controls this guy. He acts like a patriot. This is like the wolf in sheep's clothing. He acts like a patriot. He says all the right shit, but he does shit. I'm giving him a C for clown because he's a clown. All right, let's go. And he's doing a Masonic handshake, by the way. And this other clown here, the one that's going after Fauci for 2 years, nothing ever happened. Fauci's not in jail. Fauci didn't go anywhere. Right? So two clowns shaking each other's hands. Because you got to understand the whole Senate are a bunch of actors. There may be maybe one or two senators out of all of them that are legit. All right. So now we're going to get to a couple of guys. We got Mike, the Health Ranger, myha'la. So I did a little homework on him because I thought, I think I like him, right? He's a very religious guy. He's always talking about God. Not always, but he talks about God a lot. Loves God. Loves the Almighty God. And I'm not talking about demon God. I'm talking about he loves the Almighty God. Okay? And he loves dogs. His dog will pop up on his show. He's on InfoWars once in a while as a guest speaker. And he's been around a long time. Now, he has his own networks and everything. I don't know if he's like he was born into money or something, because he's got these big labs. He makes his own vitamins and stuff. They're supposed to be really good stuff. And I don't know if he's like, kid born with money. I forget what they call it. But anyway, trust fund baby. I don't know. But as far as his personality, he is like Alex Jones, except he's much calmer and cooler. Like, Alex Jones screaming and ranting. This guy gets more to the point and brings more receipts. And I've watched him, and sometimes he'll pop up with stuff that nobody else has. Like, he'll find out shit that nobody else knew yet, so he breaks it. The InfoWars, they find all the news from different places, and then they put it on their channel. This guy's actually had some stuff that nobody else had. I've looked for Masonic symbols and stuff like that about him. You can't find it. He's clean as a whistle from what I've done investigating. He brings a lot of receipts to the table. Like with the magic potion, he had undertakers showing the clogs and the arteries. Like, this guy goes beyond the beyond. Like, he really wants to show you the proof. Okay, he brings the receipts plus the proof, plus the videos, plus the pictures. And he's a little quirky. He's got a little quirky sense of humor sometimes. But I like him because I don't see no lies in between his teeth. I think he's truthful. I'm gonna give Mike the Health Ranger, and he does love dogs. Just because it was going B plus, but I'm giving him an A because he loves dogs. Because I love my dog. So beside that, he just brings you all the receipts, man. You can't knock somebody when they're bringing you receipts. All right. So now we're gonna go. Here we go. Let's get a little conspiracy crazy. So we're gonna do David Icke. Now, I don't know if any of you know about David Icke. He's written a couple of books. This is one. He believes that the world is being controlled by a demonic cult. And you know what? I believe that. Because nothing else makes sense. Nobody could pull this shit off. Now, he was saying this shit 30 years ago, so they thought he was crazy, okay? Just like most of us. We weren't woken up. This guy has been woken up for a long, long time. Now, he believes that there's lizard people, like, kind of living underground in certain places. And I guess those are the ones eating the kids and drinking the blood and all that. And you know what? I don't think they're lizard people. I think they're demons. And a lot, I mean, I'll say 75% of the stuff that David Icke said all happened. Like stuff he was talking about 20 years ago. And the stuff he was talking about, if he would have said it, you know, when he said it 20 years ago, everybody thought he's crazy. Now he's talking about, and he's packing stadium. Like he's packing 2,000-3,000 people going to see this guy. All right? Because now they're listening, see? Because a lot of the stuff he said is true. He's very intelligent. He has a great speech called Renegade Mind. I used to have it, but somebody, my son was on my StreamYard and he deleted it. I would have played it for you. And he basically is telling you, you got to have a renegade mind. If you're not, they're going to take us over. The demonic, evil son of a bees are going to take over the planet. And he's right. The only thing I have bad about him, I really don't have nothing bad about David Icke. The only thing is, once in a while, I get a little sleepy. He gets dry. So I really like him. I think he puts out a lot of good information. Some of it's a little far-fetched, but then some of it comes true. So hey, the demons probably do look like lizards. So I'm going to give David Icke. I would have gave him an A, but I'm going to give him an A minus because I get a little sleepy watching him. All right. Now we're going to get into, I have to say, he's one of my favorites right now. He's saying all the right stuff. Tucker Carlson. I mean, this guy left the network. They were paying him they were going to give him 30, 40 million if he just cooperated and just didn't go on, like when he did that January 6th stuff, they ripped him a new ass, Fox, because he had in his contract that he could do whatever he wants. He didn't have to answer to them. So when he put that on the air, I guess the owners of Fox, the demonic cult part owners there, I forgot their names that own Fox. So anyway, they fired him, and I don't think he cared because he even said in an interview, I was almost glad they fired me because I wanted to get out. I wanted to do my own thing. I was sick and tired of answering to these people. I want to tell the truth, and he's a truth seeker, and he's real. They'll sit there and say, listen, I don't know all the answers, but I know something's wrong. He says, there's a spiritual war going on. And if you don't see it, you're blind. He said, because this shit ain't normal. And he talks about all the craziness of the world and explains it in a way that most people don't understand. Okay, which is hard to do. It's very hard to make people understand. And he likes to laugh. He's a funny guy. And he's real good friends, I think, with Trump. And I really like him. I think he's a truth seeker. I'm glad that we got somebody
that was real popular, and now he's the biggest guy. He blows Joe Rogan out of the water. He gets like 30 million views on his Twitter tweets, his Twitter page, the X, they call it. So X marks the spot. So I couldn't find any Masonic stuff about him, no satanic stuff about him. I think he's a real average Joe. His family they did have a little bit of money when he was young. He comes from, but he don't act that way. So I'm giving Tucker Carlson an A+. And last but not least, basically the king of alternative media. Let's be real when we talk about Alex Jones, though. I know a lot of people don't like him. He rants and raves and screams and hollers. But Alex Jones, back in the day, is the one who let you all know what the hell was going on. He's the one who woke up all these other talk show hosts. They had no clue what was going on. He's the reason why most of them are in business right now. He was doing this shit in the 80s, telling you about the Rockefeller files. I mean, this guy was telling you shit 30 years ago. He's telling you 9/11 was an inside job. He's telling you all this, and nobody believed him. And now everybody believes him. Now he's a celebrity all over the world. I mean, this guy rock and rolls all over the world. The only problem I got is the Masonic handshake. Now, is he on the good team or the bad team? I'm pretty sure he would be on the good team because he is a God-fearing guy. He always brings up God, too. But I didn't like the thing Michael Jaco said. I'm going to play that video for you when I'm all done. That he's a chill and he works for Mossad. So that spooked me out a little bit with Alex Jones. He's not always right, but he's right most of the time. Did you ever see that movie where there was a train and he used to go around the country? It was like freaking apocalypse war and all this. And I forgot the name of the guy, like Joe Q was right. Well, you know what? If this world goes to shit 20 years from now, people will be wearing shirts saying Joe Rogan not Joe Rogan. Alex Jones was right because Joe Rogan's just a bootlegger. But if he's being controlled by Mossad, I'll be really upset. But I can't figure it out. Jaco was in the CIA, but he had, he's a Navy SEAL. He has no reason to say this guy's Mossad. But Mossad, he's claiming because after Sandy, they sued him and they were going to keep keeping him in court. They were going to end up putting him in court more and more and more, and they were going to just destroy him. So who knows? Maybe they made a deal. They said, look, we'll let you say what you want, but only up to a point. We need you to lay off the Clintons because if you notice, he really don't go after Clintons anymore. He kind of laid back on Hillary eats babies and all that shit. And it seems to be, I think the Clintons are one of the most powerful people because it seems to be anybody that messes with them gets whacked. So they gotta be. But he does Masonic handshakes. There's his Masonic handshake there. I had some more pictures of him with Masonic handshakes. There's the Masonic handshake chart, so you know. All right. There's no coincidences. People ain't shaking fucking hands like this in normal life, okay? I don't shake a hand like that. Here you got the demon of demons. He's got to be, if he ain't the Antichrist, he's the Antichrist's right hand, this guy, Obama. This guy, man, he's probably number one on my I can't fucking stand list in the world. All right? Him and Bill Gates, they be fighting for it. Look at that Masonic handshake. And somebody's covering it up. So hold on. Let me get rid of that comment. You see the handshake? All right, Masonic handshake. You're covering up my shit, Mims. So here's another one. This is Trump. You may love Trump. He's definitely a Mason. He's a Scottish Rite. He's the head Mason of the Scottish Rite. Is he a good Mason, though? That's the key. I think he is. All right? And I'm praying he is. Because if Trump ends up deceiving us, we're really screwed. But I'm thinking Trump's on the white hat team anyway. And there they are.
This is Trump when he was shaking somebody's hand. They were showing it. And so that's Alex Jones, okay? All in a nutshell. Listen, no matter what, even if after Sandy, they went after Jones and they told him they'll wipe his whole family out if you don't cooperate and all this shit. And he's cooperating a little bit. I still got to give it, because if it wasn't for Alex Jones, I think the whole world wouldn't be woke at all. I think everybody'd be sleeping. So no matter what you want to say about Alex Jones, he's getting an A double plus from me. Okay? We're talking about A plus plus, just because if it wasn't for this man, I think 95% of the people that are woke would be still sleeping. Okay? He almost saved the world in a way if we end up pulling out of this shit. He really did. Yeah. This guy's been telling you about all this shit for 20-something years. So you gotta call a spade, man. And that's what I think. So, and this guy is, peace was never an option to kill a goose. My son turned me on to this guy. So I love this logo. But anyway, I'm going to show you the video now with Michael Jaco, ex-Navy SEAL, ex-CIA, but still, man, SEAL Team 6, I don't know. I don't think he's a chill for the bad guys. But he could be, but I don't think so. Why would he be telling you Alex Jones now is a puppet from Mossad? Here it is. Listen.
So in that intro, basically, Alex Jones and Flynn was basically, they were just talking about, I don't know if you guys could hear, hopefully you did, but maybe you heard it through my microphone, that basically things are not getting good. Things are not going well for the country, and that we need to go and invade Iran. So, you know, that's the deep state's talking point. And that's the Mossad talking point. That's what Israel wants, for us to invade Iran. So it sounds like they're all on board. So I guess Flynn is like, oh, yeah, I'll talk that up. And Alex Jones is like, well, then you can come on my show because I'm a Mossad guy. And my handlers want me to talk about that. So if you come on and talk about civil war, and that's what your guys want, then we can talk about invading Iran, which is what my guys want. And that's a deep state, you know, military industrial complex. They want to, like, you know, start a war somewhere and make a lot of money. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. All right. So both those guys are absolute ass clowns. All right.
So there you go. Very simple. He said it. You heard it with your own ears. He's a Mossad guy. I don't even think Jaco knows Alex Jones. So it's really haunting me that he said that. It really haunts me.